What if I told you that there are two stocks sitting right in front of you, hiding in plain sight, that are trading at cheaper valuations than the S&P 500 average, while posting some of the fastest revenue growth of any mega cap companies on earth? And the reason? One word: AI. Today we're breaking down the two most obvious buys in the market right now: Microsoft and Meta platforms. Let's get to it. But before we begin, if you're serious about semiconductor and AI investing, I break down major earnings and conferences inside my community. Institutional quality research built for retail investors. Get 33% off at whatthechiphappened.com. All right, so first let's understand a quick 101 of Microsoft. Microsoft is one of the largest technology companies in the world, and it operates across three core business segments. Number one is productivity and business process. This is your Microsoft 365 suite. Think Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, Outlook, LinkedIn, and Dynamics 365. Essentially, every tool that keeps the modern workplace running. In quarter three, fiscal year of 2026, which is their latest earnings, generated roughly $35 billion in revenue in this segment alone, up 17% year over year. Now, one of my favorite markets and segments for Microsoft is intelligent cloud. This is Azure, right? Microsoft's cloud computing platform, and it's where the real AI story lives. Azure grew 40% year over year in quarter three, fiscal year of 2026. The intelligent cloud segment is now posting $34.7 billion in revenue, up 30% year over year. Now, the final segment is more personal computing, and this is where you think Windows, Xbox, Bing, and Edge, the more mature, slower growth side of the business. Recently did $13.2 billion in the most recent quarter. Now, the big picture, right? In the AI space, Microsoft's cloud, the combination of all cloud and cloud adjacent products, hit $54.5 billion in revenue in a single quarter, up 29% year over year. Now we'll look at one financial number that I think every AI investor should know, and that is their 37 billion AI annual revenue run rate, which is up 123% year over year. That's not total revenue, that's just AI. In 1 year, Microsoft AI business essentially doubled and then some. CEO put it plainly on the quarter three fiscal year 2026 earnings call. Now, to put that in context, $37 billion AI run rate growing at 123% at a forward PE ratio of just 20x. That is the disconnect the market has not fully priced in my opinion. Now, I want to take a closer look at two growth opportunities for Microsoft, and the first is the enterprise AI flywheel. Microsoft has embedded AI directly into the tools that 1.6 billion Windows devices and nearly 95 million Microsoft 365 consumer subscribers already use every single day. The commercial adoption numbers are staggering. CEO shared that Microsoft 365 Copilot paid seats now exceed 20 million, with seats up at over 250% year over year. And he describes this as Microsoft's fastest growth since launch. The enterprise hunger is real. Accenture now has over 740,000 seats. We have Johnson & Johnson, Mercedes, and many others have committed to 90,000 or more seats. And here's the kicker on usage intensity. Weekly engagement is now at the same level as Outlook, as more and more users make Copilot a habit. That's the flywheel. The more people use Copilot, the richer the organization context layer gets, the better AI gets, the more people use it. Nearly 90% of the Fortune 500 now have active agents built with Microsoft tools. Now, growth opportunity number two is my favorite. Azure demand is structurally outpacing supply. This is one of the most bullish signals in tech right now. Microsoft is not struggling to find customers. They are literally struggling to build fast enough to meet demand. CFO Amy Hood mentioned that broad and growing customer demand continues to exceed supply. Now, Azure grew 40% in quarter three, and Microsoft is guiding for 39 to 40% growth in quarter four against the prior year that was already including accelerating growth. And to capture this, Microsoft is going all in. For calendar year 2026, they expect roughly $190 billion in CapEx, making it one of the largest infrastructure buildouts in corporate history. Now, the commercial remaining performance obligation, essentially the revenue backlog, grew to 600 Yes, $627 billion, up nearly 100% year over year. That's over half $500 billion of contracted future revenue. Now, in my opinion, the big risk to watch right now is obviously the amount of money they're spending in CapEx, the ability to be able to put that infrastructure to use and turn it on quickly, and more importantly, the relationship with OpenAI, because there's a lot of changes with OpenAI. Most recently, they made a restructure to their partnership agreement. While CEO described it as a win-win for both players, there are real dependencies to monitor. But the other great thing is Microsoft is trying to navigate this risk by approaching and moving to diversify different models. They have Anthropic, open source, and first-party MAI models as well. So this is something to kind of keep a closer eye on and see how this risk disappears over time. Now, stock number 2 is going to be Meta Platforms, ticker META. And if you're enjoying the episode, make sure to check out my overall community at whatthechipHappened.com. We talk about AI and semiconductors on a daily basis. We have exclusive live streams. We have AI reports. We have exclusive deep dives on earnings, one-on-one on different companies, and the list goes on and on. Now, with Meta, this is a company behind Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and Threads, collectively reaching over 3.5 billion people every single day. Meta operates 2 business segments, family of apps, and this is the core advertising machine. In Q1 of 2026, their most recent quarter, family of apps generated $55.9 billion in revenue, of which 55 was advertising revenue, up 33% year over year. The remaining came from WhatsApp paid messaging, subscription, and other services, up 74%. The second is Reality Labs, Meta's hardware and metaverse division. Quest VR headsets and the fast-growing Ray-Bans AI glasses, Reality Labs generated $402 million in revenue in Q1, but it does run at an operating loss of roughly $4 billion in the quarter. The glasses, however, are a genuine breakout. Daily users triple year over year, making it one of the fastest growing consumer electronic categories ever. The headline: Meta's entire business is essentially a world-scale advertising platform, and AI is the engine, making every single ad more valuable. Now, the one financial number I think investors should know is the $20 billion plus annual run rate from the value optimization suite, more than doubling year over year. Now, for those that are not familiar with this is Meta's AI-powered tool that helps advertisers prioritize the highest value conversion rather than just chasing the most conversion at the lowest cost. And CFO was extremely excited about this opportunity. This is AI directly translating into revenue, and it's on top of a base where impressions grew 19% and average price per ad grew 12% in the same quarter. The total Q1 revenue was up 33% year over year with an operating income of $22.9 billion. Now, growth opportunity for Meta number 1 is just AI is supercharging the core ad machine. Meta's AI improvement to its recommendation and ad systems are not incremental. They are compounding at scale. Here are the numbers from Q1 2026 alone. On Instagram, thanks to AI, ranking improvement drove a 10% lift in Reels time spent. On Facebook, total video time increased more than 8% globally, the largest quarter-over-quarter gain in 4 years. Enhancements to ad modeling drove a 6% plus increase in conversion rates for landing page view ads. The adaptive ranking model and LLM scale ad system running at 1 trillion parameters expanded to offsite conversion, driving a further 1.6% increase in conversion rates across Facebook and Instagram. More than 8 million advertisers are now using at least one generative AI creative tool. And this is before the full integrations of Meta's new frontier model. Mark Zuckerberg made the long-term pitch crystal clear. Instead of just looking at statistical patterns of what types of people engage with what content, for the first time in Meta's history, we're going to be able to develop a first principle of understanding of what you care about. Every percentage point improvement in engagement and conversion at Meta scale translates to billions of dollars in revenue. Now, growth opportunity number 2 is the business AI and agentic commerce opportunity. Now, Meta is quietly building what could be the largest B2B AI distribution network in the world, and it's growing through WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram at zero marginal cost to reach. The number of businesses AI conversions are jaw-dropping. At the start of 2026, there were 1 million weekly conversions between people and businesses AIs on Meta's messaging apps. By Q1 2026 earnings, that figure had grown to 10 million weekly conversions, a 10x increase in roughly one quarter. Meanwhile, the influence commerce product, partnership ads, hit a revenue run rate that more than doubled year over year in Q1, reaching $10 billion. Now, Zuckerberg's vision from where this goes is enormous. I believe that the future will see a massive increase in entrepreneurship from people creating new things that they've always wanted to exist, but previously didn't have the tools to bring into the world. The monetization playbook, commission structure, premium agent tiers, paid business AI tools hasn't even been fully activated yet. This is a business with 3.5 billion daily users and a monetization opportunity that is still in early innings. Now, one of the big risks for Meta is obviously the capex and the amount of money it's spending, but we can see the reason for it. The other risk to watch is regulatory and legal headwinds. And CFO talked about the regulatory risk in the call. They continue to monitor active and legal and regulatory matters, including headwinds in the EU and the US that could significantly impact our business and financial results. For example, we continue to see scrutiny on youth-related issues and have additional trials scheduled for this year in the US, which may ultimately result in material loss. EU data privacy rules, youth safety litigations, and potential antitrust actions are real overhangs. They haven't really slowed down the business yet, but any adverse ruling, particularly in the EU where Meta's data practices are under intense scrutiny, could force costly operational changes or result in significant fines. Keep one eye on the courtrooms, but this trading at a forward PE ratio of 18, I think is almost a no-brainer. So there we have it, two companies, one building the operating system for enterprise AI, the other building personal super intelligence for 3.5 billion people, both growing revenues 18 to 33% per year, both trading at forward PE ratios of 20 and 18 respectively, cheaper than the market average. The AI revolution isn't coming. It's here, and these two companies are at the center of it. As always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. But if you're asking where the most obvious long-term AI opportunity sits in the public markets today, the answer might be hiding in plain sight. If this video helped, drop the like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which of these two would you bet on, Microsoft or Meta. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.